I wonder what's the issue. So yeah, apologies, everyone. I don't know what's the issue. It could be just the weather. Be an issue. Don't actually know. Uh, Can you hear me now on them?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's good. Okay. Don't know what. It must be just the weather, or maybe the stream was acting a bit weird. It should be fine now. Yeah, surprise. It should be fine. I don't know what caused that. Might have been some issue. I don't know. Seems to be like everything's fine. The internet's fine now. I don't know if it's just the weather. Could be maybe just the weather. Because there's pretty wet shit outside. Give me a moment, sorry. Just check and see is everything fine. Hello, Sean. It's everything good. Give me what Grandrino used to say again. I know. See, I'm a bit flustered now after that. Don't know what was the issue. It must have been just the weather, because so I'm just trying to see what was the issue. Because it doesn't seem to be the internet on it. 505, yeah, that was it. Yeah, I don't know what caused that, but I suppose we're all right now. I suppose now probably people thought it was gone for the night. I don't know. Sounds better. Yeah, I don't know what was the issue. To be totally honest, with you. Could have been the true fins. So I'm just checking. No, I'm just getting the other stuff ready. Just give me a second. Is the sound still good? Tell me now if anything happens, because it's awkward to see. I should have the other computer open just so I can see stuff. I mean, good. I don't know. It's generally don't know what happened there. Usually, they actually never done that before. Actually, I don't think when I was live stream, so I don't know. Well, that's good. That's good. I don't know what caused it. I don't know what caused it. I presume maybe the true fins hacked in. See that? Maybe, I don't know. Don't think so. If it was, it would be live, you know. Like they definitely are nuking my channel into the next century. Like they definitely are. Nobody can deny that, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. I know it could be something to do with sharing the screen. That could be it. You know, exactly. Could be something maybe to do with sharing the screen. Like something might have fucked up. But that's the first time kind of that way. So yeah, here's the video of them doing it. Like they were stupid enough to video themselves doing it, because this is evidence to show who did what. You know. So you see, they had suitcases full of it. So they have more of it here. Like a lot of these are just college kids have nothing better to do. So just to say here, like these two security, the Finnish Secret Service. When I was going into the Parliament, see, there's a door here, just the other pillar. That's for special guests, for VIPs, the foreign dignitaries, etc. So that's the door I went in. for invited guests to a parliament. So this other Secret Service agent here, these are the Finnish Secret Service, not the police. Um, so this fella here, I think this is the fella that looked at my passport when I went in, like on the day when I went into the parliament. I think this is the fella here. He looks very familiar. I've seen him before. Um, Obviously, be assigned to the Finnish parliament. So only for them stopping them, because they didn't expect. I don't think they expected. See, they planned to do the whole front of the building exercise because they thought the police would be slow. But in fairness to the police, they were quick there. And as you've seen, the Secret Service got a hold of a few of them and stopped them from doing any more damage. But as you see, it's quite a lot of damage. And again, the Fiddy themselves doing it. So, they're kind of incriminating themselves. To be totally honest with you. Also, the news headline too before this, like this is the biggest story in Finland, obviously at the moment. Officially, Finland has the lowest economic growth in Europe at the moment because the new budget they brought out basically fucked everything. Basically, they made it worse. Basically, so basically, the number of employed people have decreased. Unemployment is the highest, the second highest in Europe. Basically, the list can go on. Basically, so it's not. So basically, the nickname of Finland nowadays is the Greece of the North, because they're that bad at the moment in terms of the economy. Like it's the weakest growth in the whole European Union. Imagine that. Like literally, Cyprus and stuff is doing better than Finland at the moment in terms of economic growth. There was some economic growth a few weeks ago, but as soon as they brought forward this new budget, everything just collapsed because all the cuts. You can only cut stuff so much before the whole economy just comes crashing down. And that's what's happened here. But long story short, it's supposed to be nationalists. Like they are very much against asylum seekers. Like they're fucking asylum seekers up in Fios. Like they're not giving them anything, basically. They're not letting them into the country, letting them because people are not going to the country because they're getting literally nothing. Like the true Finnish people were giving them nothing. Like the true Finns they're supposed to be a nationalist party, like the extreme, like not more, like they don't call them far right, they call them extreme right because they are literally very extreme. They are very extreme. But basically, they fucked everything over, basically, in every conceivable way, Yeah, if the true Finns ever come here, then we're truly fucked. Well, obviously, the government here are not the greatest at the moment either, so. But generally, it sounds like it's the World Economic Forum because you own nothing and be happy, basically. That seems like what's happening over there at the moment. You own nothing and be happy because there's no other explanation to like how bad they fucked it up. Like all within 450 days. Think about that. Less than a bit more than a year they've done it. Like the highest debt in Finland's history, the highest unemployment, you name it. Yeah, youngsters here and youngsters in Finland. I think youngsters across the whole Western world are not doing too well at the moment. Particularly here, obviously, because you've been fucked in every juncture. And of course, too in Finland nowadays, I've been fucked. As the audio is still fine, see, I'm paranoid now, like Joseph Stalin. Oi, man, give me a 5x5. He'd be phone. So is he registered? Make sure he's registered because I know some young people don't understand they have to register to the vote. They think they can just turn up, like some people did. There was one person that was in my school and he was going to vote. He wasn't on the register of electorate, but he thought he could just turn up and vote. But you can't do that. You have to be registered. So I'm presuming you know that anyway. But just a lot of young people wouldn't know it. Like in fairness, they wouldn't know it. Like if you're not paying attention to stuff, It would be understandable. Yeah, we won't find it now into the lecture. They're either going to go in November. We don't know. There's no guarantee they won't go in November because the probably will try to do a snap election. So the opposition parties, like the all enforced, etc., won't have time to organise, etc. So that's what they do. So we see, or maybe they will go in February. We see what happens. We give them time because I presume they just want to go snap election, try and get people off guard. That's what I presume they want to do. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Again, I have no information on that, so it's kind of just a conspiracy theory at the moment. Now, there was 10 people here when I left, and there was only 3. It just goes to show you what happens when everything goes wrong, technical difficulties. So I could have probably just done something. Like I could have probably just reconnected stuff. But I was probably better off just starting fresh. Yeah, like they're definitely probably going to they're not going to do it in October, and they're waiting for the budget. The budget's next Tuesday. Like they're basically going to bribe people to vote. That's what they're basically going to do. Because there's no other way people vote for them. If somebody votes for them anyway, though, I hate to say it, but I don't know what to tell you. But so this is Sanna Marin's advisor when she was prime minister. So he says in his book, he wrote a book. I probably should get it, but I probably will at some point just to read a bit about it. So obviously, he was the advisor for Sanna Marin and a few other prime ministers too. Not the current prime minister, but a few other prime ministers. Basically, he says too that President Solomon Esko, the former president of Finland, I think it says down here. Because it's interesting points he actually talks about. Because obviously Sanna Marin's book's coming out next September. Yeah, so basically what he says in the book too, Sanna Marin was concerned that the president of Finland at the time was overreaching his step, I suppose, in terms of getting involved in politics, into domestic affairs. I'm just trying to briefly... that's the notification. Yeah, so it says here about so basically some of the translations. See, the Google Translate fucks up him and her, etc., etc. And justice. What was I doing that? But yeah, like he says, he has a very positive attitude to the young prime minister, etc., etc. So basically, it was they had a good working relationship. Basically, it wasn't like a hostile relationship. Yeah, so she was very encouraging to him to be forthcoming, etc., etc. But it's kind of interesting to see. Like, there's some stuff here I went through this earlier on, but particularly this March 2020 when Parliament decided to introduce for the coronavirus, etc. But it wasn't that long. The coronavirus lockdown in Finland wasn't like it was the shortest in Europe. Basically, it opened up very quickly in Finland, and that's probably what saved a lot of jobs too. And before the True Finns came along and fucked everything. Like particularly this, I suppose we know more about it in her book when it comes out. But she told them that every morning feels like she's waking up in a nightmare, and that they cannot be true. So that doesn't sound too good. But Sanna Marin has said a few things in the past about her time as well. It's not too much about personally how she felt, etc., etc. But she did say before that she felt if she was given more time, etc., etc., before she became prime minister, she probably wouldn't have took the job if she knew how much what would you call it? Much stuff was happening during her period as prime minister. So that probably tells you a lot that she was probably in a lot of suffering when she was the prime minister, particularly during this period and stuff. Because basically she was only in the office a few months and this came along. Yeah, they probably will continue, but we hope not. But no, it's we see what she says in the book, but I do find that interesting. But particularly in the next bit too, the term was the president, the former president of Finland, saying about him trying to interfere in domestic affairs. Now, as I said to you before, the president of Finland has a role in foreign policy. So that doesn't mean NATO. They're not talking about NATO particularly. They're talking about during the COVID lockdowns, etc., the COVID crisis. And obviously it was the government's role in the Finnish government to sort of that. It wasn't the presidency. So the presidency basically shouldn't have anything to do with the government's official policy. It's all right in NATO because the Finnish president has a role in foreign policy. Has the last say in foreign policy. So he had the last say in joining NATO because that was on UNESCO. I probably will get the book just to read a bit of it. But he says about one time he was skiing in Lapland. So it's interesting just to see. So yeah, this is him in the background there. Was there anything else? I'm just trying to briefly talk. Nick obviously talks a lot about Sanna Marin more than the other prime ministers he saw have done up. Because I think he even said in some parts of the book that she was more interesting than the rest of the prime ministers. But yeah, no, it's a long thing. But the book, I probably will get the book. I don't think they sell it here. So I don't know where. I don't think they have it on Amazon or anything like that. So I don't know how I'm going to get the book, but I try and get it. So I don't think you have it here because it's Finnish. Like it's in Finnish, I think. I don't know if there's an English translation. I presume there probably is in the book somewhere. I'll have to look into it, but hopefully I get it at some point. Hello again, Gordon. Santa nuked the I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't even know what's the crash, but But obviously, as I said to you earlier on, obviously I'm being set us up in fears, particularly now in the last few weeks. If you see my graph in terms of what videos are recommended, etc., like in the last month, it's basically gone down. It's already going down pretty dramatically, but it's pretty drastic right now. I don't know what I said that really upset YouTube. Something I said really upset them. And that's just to put it straight. Like really upset them. I don't think it's the government. Maybe it is. I might have said something particularly about some minister or something that upset some of them. I don't know. But it is a nuisance. But sure, I continue on, and I think Shawnee was saying about it the other day. Like I can plan to continue on. You can only continue on in it. Yeah, Ninja Knight's been fucked over a lot too by it. I think that's why he doesn't live stream much now. See, live streams too, like notifications are pretty fucked on live streams too. Like I know people who have notifications on and stuff like that, and they've shown me they have notifications on for our videos, etc., and live streams particularly, and they don't get it. And the same with the community posts. Community posts pop up sometimes they don't. It's an awkward system, but we work with it. I'm not that concerned. I don't want to be a big, huge YouTuber, etc. I'm happy enough with my talent. Like I have my community post yoke where I can post different things and stuff like that. So I'm happy enough. I'm content with that. That's the word I use. I'm not really interested in becoming 5 million subscribers or something like that. I don't really care. I'd rather have a small community than a big community. Like, say, for example, me discussing these things. I wouldn't want to have 5 million people in the chat trying to talk to everybody. It'd be too much. Like even Ninja Night streams, I wonder how he can try and talk to everybody. Uh, it's difficult. It's difficult to even keep track of everything, talk, but how to get everything going. Yeah, 80%, but it should be working 100%. Like it really, really should. YouTube, it should really. But sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does work. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. It's a very weird system. But not so much live streams. The videos used to be more recommended. Like used to be on the recommended of YouTube Soul page, take for example, to random people. And now it's not. Like it's gone altogether. Beforehand, there used to be maybe every week. There'd be 3,000 recommendations to people for videos, etc., on the YouTube homepage, right? It'd be 3,000 people might see that and might click, etc. Now it's only about maybe you'd be lucky, maybe 200, So that's a huge drastic drop because you can see the drop. Like it's literally like the Finnish economy. It's just bang, into the ground. And like it's a very noticeable drop, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Like you can see it in the graph, like how bad it was. Particularly too, whatever happened 3 weeks ago, whatever I said 3 weeks ago really annoyed them too. So that's why I should probably say nothing. Now, I just briefly touch on the Middle East. Now, obviously, the conflict has escalated. It's going to probably escalate even more. Obviously, Lebanon's been dragged to Israel. So the one thing I say, we hopefully they do it soon. So obviously, the Irish Defence Force have a long tradition of peacekeeping, particularly in the Golden Heights in South Lebanon. So obviously, really in danger. Like a lot of Irish troops there were in danger a good few times. They had to go into underground bunkers, etc., because of shelling and artillery strikes, etc. So hopefully, because I do think we should pull them out now rather than later when something happens. When the Israelis attack from the ground, etc. To save any casualties, because again, the Israeli government don't really care. They shoot an Irish troop; they don't care. So we better to pull them out now, basically. Pull out the defence forces to get them home before any harm's done. Because we don't want to see 3 or 4 Irish soldiers dead by a missile strike from Israel, etc. So we don't want to see that happening. Particularly again, the peacekeepers, they're not there to occupy anything. They're there on a peacekeeping role. So hopefully we do get them. Hopefully they'll be out soon. Even though the time is not up, it's in the best interest of the people of the state and the best interest of the nation to get these troops out before anything escalates, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's what we should do. Because there's a good few there. And it'd be, especially if there's a huge, big strike, a missile strike. Because again, the Israeli government don't care if it's an innocent child, etc. So they don't care. So hopefully, as it says here, they're doing well. They will remain safe, not well, but they're safe at the moment. Yeah, it's like America's given them the money to do this. Basically, if America didn't give them the money, they wouldn't be able to do it. Simple as that. That's just the problem. What the fuck? Boom, boom. Uh, is there anything I'm missing? No, nothing really planned. No. Oh wait, I'm not saying you did, but but they shouldn't be given them in the first place because that's what would stop the whole lot of it. But as long as our Irish troops will be safe and get home safely. But hopefully it doesn't escalate. But unfortunately, all factors seem to be pointing to it, to put it lightly. Uh, so this was in the Irish Independent. I know it's probably not that relevant, but just briefly to talk about it. So this is a Fine Gael councillor in Logford, I think. Not too familiar of him, but long story short, he walks free from court. I don't know how bad the assault was, but long story short, he probably shouldn't have walked free because it's not good enough, particularly when you're elected councillor or TD or whatever. No, you're supposed to be above. You're supposed to be follow the law to a T, basically. You're supposed to be a good representation of the public. And doing something like that, I don't know how bad the assault was. It just like grabbing or was it pushing or whatever? But long story short, if he did do it, which all indicators does show that he probably did do it, because he probably wouldn't have been in court if he didn't do it in the first place. But long story short, they shouldn't walk free, basically. If he did do it again, allegedly, of course, but they shouldn't have happened, basically, in the first place. And that just was briefly there. I've seen that the other day. I don't think there's anything else really. Oh yeah, I forgot to put somebody in. I don't know the hotel you're talking about, John. There's that many places. Now, just speaking about Israel there a second ago, actually just jogging my memory, and we've done a video on it. Oh, be God, be Jesus. Give me a moment. So I talked about it in the video the other day. It's more kind of probably in detail than it is now. So obviously this is the president of Ireland. So a few months ago, last month or so, he sent the letter to the president of Iran, the new president of Iran. And you watch my whole video on the other. It was yesterday I put it up. I'm explaining a lot more in detail. But basically, in the first place, I don't think Michael Keegan should have said that to the Iranian government and to the presidency. I don't think he should have. In my opinion, I wouldn't have done it. But again, as I said in the video, it's diplomacy. It's about playing the game of diplomacy. Particularly the rights of people, women's rights being violated, etc., in Iran. Women have been executed too for raising their voices. So we can't forget that, and that's a huge breach of international law. And obviously, it's Irish values too. We shouldn't be engaging with that or have any kind of give them any legitimacy. suppose, in a way. But Michael D. Higgins got it wrong in terms of blaming the Israeli embassy. And I'm not the biggest fan of the Israeli state, I will admit that. But he got it wrong in this because it was published by the Iranian embassy. So I don't get why he because it definitely was published by the Iranian government on their Twitter account, and it was published by the Iranian embassy in Ireland. So it was published by the Iranians, not so much the Israelis. So I don't think so. I think he was wrong in this statement. It seems to be factually wrong, unless there's something we don't know, unless there's something the only Joe doesn't know. But all evidence point that it was the the Iranian government that published the letter, and that's how it got leaked to the public and leaked to the press, etc., etc. So I don't think it was the Israelis, to be put it lightly, unless there's something we don't know about. But we'll see. So yeah, got milk, yeah. Thailand walk, Thailand stuff. Tile on the floor or a patio, which I presume it's a floor. Put on the few minutes. Jesus. So it's already 8:30. It's after 8:30 on its own. Give me a moment. Need to do a propaganda piece. I mean, totally legit. I don't know what to say, but my makeup's up. Give me a moment. If I had a penny, my God, I'd send. Give me a moment. Sorry, it's taking me a second to get this. Sorry, apologies. Again, this is the worst thing about life because I never find the things I'm looking for. And if I was sitting here doing nothing, it'd literally be in front of me. Like, that's just the worst thing about life. Because if I didn't look for the thing, guess what? It'd be literally right in front of me. We should have kept our punt, but the NGOs had a different story. Well, I was on the other. Never mind. Tea for tea. You're not tea when you're hungry. So next Tuesday we will know about the budget. We'll be all up in arms about the budget. And we'll probably be live next Tuesday. Hopefully, again, all going well. If something goes wrong, we should be live in it. Just to say about what goodies are everybody getting. In terms of getting fuck all. Like obviously, the TDs will be getting €1,000. We all know that. That's about it. That's all. And another bike shelter maybe, but that'll be it. It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. My God. No, I'm pretty much the whole shebang at the moment. Anyway, I do get a bit of help now from time to time. More so back a while, like more so when the channel was more doing stuff. I had a lot more things happening. Mainly now it's kind of me doing things. Obviously my editors and stuff do things now and again for me, but not so much nowadays because there's not really much need to go huge things, huge projects, etc., etc. Yeah, but they're going to college. Because if they're going to college, they still get. I think you still get money, don't you? When they go to college, I don't know particularly. I would wing up Citizens Advice. Citizens Advice are great to find out your wife. But I presume you still do. I think you do when they go to college. You get allowances. I don't know exactly. Might be wrong on that, so don't take too much advice. But that's what I heard somewhere before. I don't understand. Oh, he's not good God. Yeah, but maybe for the other one you could. I don't know. With Citizens Advice, no more. But there was something about that one time I remember hearing something about it. I can't tell particularly. Probably goes by case by case. Probably depends on the circumstances. You know yourself. They're not social effort. The state agencies are not the best people to be talking to. Yeah, but I don't think it's ever going to go up too much higher than that now, Charlie. Don't think so. Because as I said, the censorship is on another level. Like it's really on another level the last 3 weeks. It was bad before, but it's terrible now. Whatever I did, really pissed off somebody. So I just want to show you this before. So this is a sponsor segment. So this is great. This isn't it, like, tell me about this picture, just for example. Does this not look very miserable? Like this just goes to show you things are very down bad. Like this is pretty miserable. Like I don't know who took this photo, or why did she want to take it? Because nobody sat beside her. Like nobody wanted to talk to her, basically. Comparing that to Santa Marin, which was she went off to the United States. She was in Colorado, having a nice bit of cake and a smile, etc., etc. And with people, like look, literally people there, like literally people, and then you turn the page and you look at this, and then you look at that, like this. I'd rather be here. Let's put it this way. I'd rather be here, than here, because this looks very depressing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm sure you would agree. Like look at this. This is pretty depressing. Like literally nobody wants to sit beside her, and I don't even know what that is. Guts. And then you have this too. Then you have this. which is pretty cool. All sponsored by the Social Democratic Party, of course. So, yeah, but no, we're just saying about the Ministry of Sitters. Like, don't forget the Ministry of Sitters. Maybe it's because I was going around with sitters. Like, she's basically just wandering around Finland with sitters. That's basically what she's doing. The Minister of Sitters. Like, that's basically her main goal in life, just wandering around the country with sitters. Like, that's what's happening to them pandas. They're sending them back because the government cut the subsidies to help them out. The casual vote. Yeah, like the casual vote. Like, the woman now looked very off. the True Finns leader. It looks like we're going to a funeral more than anything else. So, like, there was a comment. Where was that comment? There was a comment on something. Let me see. Something. Yeah, well, I was just saying, I give that fuck about Mary Butler earlier on. So, Mary Butler won't be happy. But she wouldn't. She doesn't have much time for me, and I was told many times. She doesn't like me at all. Especially with some things I said a few years ago, particularly when there was a lot of suicides in Cavan, I fucking let loose, basically. I didn't hold back. I was the only one that didn't hold back. The rest of them were too afraid to say anything about it. But that it needed to be said, what I said. But as I said before, she shouldn't have a job. The one thing about this, I can never pronounce her name, but the one thing she always talks about, the Minister of Sitters. Like, every day of the week, she's literally like, the next government, literally the next election is in a few years. And number 4 is not much better. But like literally every day of the week, she's on about the next government. Like literally in 2028 is the next election, unless there's a motion of no confidence, which hopefully sooner or later will be. Because I don't know how much more they could fuck up the whole place, is the truth is. Because literally every day, like it's the same as this country, basically. That's something every day. Like there's a long list, basically. The same as the Irish government, there's a long list. Like, generally, I could be here for 5 hours with a long list of the Irish government and the Finnish government, how much the fucking people over. Like, I think this comment just really sums up the whole mood in Finland at the moment, at the current government, because nobody's that happy with them. And this is true. Like this, a lot of people have the same opinion. The previous government tasted like life. The current government tastes like death. That's what literally people in Finland take of them. Literally a woman going around with sitters. Like literally all smile. Like this is Photoshop here, but there's literally a picture of her with all her cabinet literally around smiling about cutting people's, cutting elderly people's money, etc., etc. So, this is the only time you ever see her smiling too, when she has sitters in her hands cutting stuff. So she's a bit of a psychopath when it comes to that, because literally she's going around, and you've seen it earlier on. Like, you shouldn't be afraid of the sitters. Like, that's inciting violence, I think. It's not hate speech. But yeah, with big long sitters. And the Ministry of Sitters, of course. So I can confirm that we're going to go for a visit to the Ministry of Sitters when I go over to Finland. Whenever that will be. We're going to do a special broadcast on the Ministry of Sitters. So I hope we're looking forward to seeing loads of sitters. Because the whole building's probably covered in sitters. But yeah, this is just this sums up, and this probably sums up. Well, not sums up the Irish government, it sums up the previous government, because they wouldn't much good either. But yeah. Send me a whole lot of milk, yeah. But that's the only thing I have. I have no drinks really. I could have got tea. It's joking. The Ministry of Sitters. Yeah, like I don't know what's wrong with this woman. Because just the way she's like, what's making it worse, and this is the thing, like it's one thing cutting people's salaries, etc., etc. But it's the fact of the matter she seems to be enjoying it. That's what people don't really like. That's why people hate the true Finns, because they seem to just really enjoy people suffering. Because you see her there with the sitters when she was cutting people's allowances, etc., etc., and elderly people's pensions, etc., sick leave, etc., etc. She seemed to be really enjoying it. That's what people don't like about it. They enjoy people suffering. And not to mention beforehand she had a chopping board. They actually sold a chopping board with her face on it. I'm sure people will remember that. Um, does people remember the face with the chopping board? Does people remember that? Like, the True Finns did sell it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is the crazy thing. It's not like some vendor sell it. I don't know if people remember that, but like, this was actually a real thing. And I actually seen one when I was in Finland. And you wonder why people are upset with them. Yeah, like, no, it seemed to actually enjoy suffering best. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, we won't button it, but it's the fact that she seems to enjoy it. Like, you remember this? I showed you this. So they literally sew this, like chopping boards for cotton, because it's time to cut. You get it? But literally, her face literally on a chopping board, which everybody in the whole place thought was fucking very weird. Like, literally putting your face on a chopping board. And they sew with this, and they charge people €30 each for them. So I don't get it. I don't understand it. So, but yeah, this is what they did. So you can see why people are very angry, because they seem to be getting great joy out of people suffering. That's my main annoyance with this woman, the True Finns. It seems like they're really enjoying making people just miserable. Yeah. As I said, hello, Weston. How are you doing? Good evening. Hope we're well. Take off this hat. It's warm enough, actually. It's getting warm now. Earlier on was cold. But that was that. Oh, I say we probably leave in a few minutes' time, Adam. Because we have been live for a good. We're going off. Well, no bother, Fionn. Thank you for being here. Sorry, I was too busy. I was too busy chatting away. But thank you for being here, Fiona. I'll talk to you again. We'll probably be back anyway Saturday. Hopefully all going well. But we'll probably go in a few minutes time. We'll stay for another 10 minutes at least. Because we probably are 2 hours or so live. So. So yeah, anything else? Because that's about it. That's the whole summary, I think, of everything. Now I know it's split into two. The other stream is up, and then the stream. This is basically two parts of this because there was technical issues. I don't know what happened to the audio. It was a bit fucked at one stage. So I don't know. But that was about it. I don't know if the music's annoying people. It might be a bit. I didn't have it on actually much. I probably controlled it off now. I didn't have it. I was too busy talking for too long about different things, and I completely forgot myself. It's like I usually do. Let me see. It's still raining, and I can hear the rain outside. Where's the tea in the kettle? I should have probably got tea. I got milk instead. See, particularly when you're going for 2 hours talking constantly, like milk could be better to you nearly than Me building that, I'm going to build a bike shed and stuff. No, I'm not going to go build any bike sheds. I'd probably be cheaper off buying one, building one myself. Oh, 100% an Irish breakfast. We couldn't go wrong with an Irish breakfast. But yeah, no, I should bring back. My plan is hopefully at some point to have the kettle yoke. Tony will tell you about it, but hopefully get that over there. So, you know, actually, I'm afraid not Tony now because I'll be soon hitting the bed because it's a long day. But quite tired too because you don't know in the mornings when you're at work and stuff like that, and you're going to work, etc., etc. It does take a lot out of you when you're on the go all day. Being up at 6:30, going to work at 8 o'clock, and coming back. It takes a good bit out of you, and then especially with the weather too, it drains a lot more energy. Colin's like, "Oh no, I'm fine. No, I'm just tired. I'm usually tired anyway. So, but I'd rather be out and about and do something. The week's nearly over, and I wouldn't mind if it was a Monday or something like that. But it's Wednesday. The week's nearly done. So I was often worse. Like, believe me, I was often worse. Yes, just 9 o'clock, just 1 minute before. So, but but it's literally every morning I'm up at 6 or 6, half 6. You don't find it creeping up on you. Especially in the weather like this, when it's raining and stuff, when the sun shines and stuff like that, you have a bit more energy, you're a bit more energized, because it's nice and good weather, etc. So when it's miserable rain and stuff like that, and you're out in the rain, etc., etc., is not great. It doesn't help your energy level. Just 9 o'clock exactly, just now, yeah. Here, look, lads and lassies, I think maybe we'll leave it there for tonight. I probably go to bed at 10 o'clock anyway, get myself something to eat and a cup of tea, and then I probably head on to bed. So yeah, I have another video to record. I won't do it tonight. I'll do it some point tomorrow. About this fitness instructor that all is paying €200,000 for. I talk about that tomorrow. That'll be a lot better to do tomorrow because I probably wouldn't have the energy to do it. I'd probably sound like I'm about to heel over if I went and done a video now to record, etc., etc. But that's about it. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to mention just before we go. So we'll probably be back Saturday anyway. I'd say probably 6 or 7, something around that. I don't know. Around that time, give or take. 6 or 7. Saturday now. And then there'll be a video probably uploaded tomorrow. Apart from that, not much else to say, I suppose. Yeah, it's going to the evenings are getting dark too. Eventually, when I'm, it's going to be dark. It's going to be dark at 3 or half 3 at some points. Not yet, but soon. What's pizza like? I only have pepperoni pizza, so I can't say. But pepperoni is pretty good here. I don't know about other cheese pieces and other things. I don't know, but pepperoni is pretty good. I do recommend it here. That's usually the pizza I would take. Yeah, it's dark 7, 7:30 and 7 o'clock that time. But eventually be dark even more. Be dark at 6 and then 5, then 4 and 3. So basically, I'd be waking up in darkness and going basically home in darkness, basically. Which is not as bad as Finland, obviously, because it's only 4 hours a day of brightness. But still, nonetheless, it takes effect on your energy. It does. But here, look, lads, I think we leave it there. I think we've discussed all we need to discuss anyway. So enjoy the rest of the evening, lads. I know not much of an evening for the weather, but enjoy the rest of the evening. Then I'll talk to you Saturday. Make sure to watch the video on the security shed that they uploaded earlier on. So enjoy the rest of your night, everyone, and have a great night. And I'll talk to you Saturday. Good night.